In August of 2020, a seemingly routine scene unfolded at London's Heathrow airport. A glamorous woman, Emma Larvin, manoeuvred a baggage cart stacked with suitcases towards an Emirates Airline counter, passport in hand, ready to board a flight to Dubai. Larvin, a former model and actress, who had been in the public eye during the early 2000s, appeared to be embarking on an ordinary trip. She was travelling in business class alongside another equally sophisticated companion. Together, they loaded 7 hefty suitcases onto the conveyor belt and exchanged casual text messages with Larvin's boyfriend. "Do you feel okay?" he asked. "Yes, phew," she replied. What neither the airline staff nor security personnel could have known was that those suitcases were packed with millions of pounds in cash, tightly wrapped in rubber bands and plastic. This staggering sum was destined for an international money launderer who specialized in exchanging large volumes of cash for gold and other currencies, a lucrative service often used by organized crime syndicates. Welcome back to Crime Chronicles. Stay tuned as we look at this audacious cash smuggling ring, where the money came from, and speculate as to who in Dubai was the beneficiary. At the center of this operation was Abdullah al-Falasi, a man with alleged ties to Emirati royalty and a father-in-law who once held a prominent position in Dubai's aviation sector. Al-Falasi began his cash transportation operations in 2017, scaling up significantly during the COVID-19 pandemic, when traditional money laundering avenues were restricted. On New Year's Day in 2020, he personally transported 11 cases containing £850,000 to Dubai. Al-Falasi's courier network was crucial to his operation. One key recruit was Michelle Clark, an executive assistant from Leeds with a socialite's charm and a connection to potential couriers. Clark, whose husband was a former professional footballer, acted as the liaison, coordinating travel and logistics. In one instance, she presented Larvin with a seemingly legitimate authorization letter for transporting cash and promised her £3,000 per trip, along with luxurious accommodations. Despite stringent airport security measures in the UK, loopholes in cash detection facilitated this operation. Airports prioritized detecting explosives and other threats to passenger safety, often overlooking cash unless specifically flagged. Furthermore, countries like Dubai, which imposed no reporting obligations for incoming cash, provided a convenient endpoint for these illicit transactions. Larvin's trips, and those of her fellow couriers, went smoothly for months. But by October of 2020, cracks in the operation began to show. Customs officials at Heathrow intercepted Tara Hanlon, another courier, whose suitcases contained £1.9 million. Hanlon's arrest led investigators to uncover her involvement in transporting £3.5 million on previous trips. The National Crime Agency intensified its investigation, scrutinizing travel records and financial transactions. Al-Falasi had booked business class tickets for couriers using the same phone number, email address, and credit card. These couriers traveled in pairs, exploiting the extra baggage allowance of business class, while returning in economy to reduce costs. Al-Falasi meticulously managed the logistics, ensuring the cash reached Dubai, where it was exchanged for gold or other currencies. Authorities eventually apprehended Al-Falasi in London in December of 2020. A search of his residence uncovered incriminating evidence, including phones containing messages about the operation, photos of cash-filled suitcases, and itineraries for couriers. In June of 2022, Al-Falasi pleaded guilty to money laundering and received a 9-year, 7-month prison sentence. UK authorities also seized assets worth £3.5 million, including luxury vehicles and watches. Several couriers faced legal consequences, including Larvin, who was sentenced to a suspended 2-year term and community service. Michelle Clark remains under investigation, while other couriers received prison sentences ranging from 15 to 42 months. Tragically, one courier took his own life, leaving behind evidence that further implicated the network. The operation highlights the vulnerabilities in global financial systems and airport security, underscoring the vast scale of organized financial crime. While the arrests brought a semblance of justice, the cases exposed the urgent need for enhanced scrutiny of large cash movements and a re-examination of international financial regulations. The individuals recruited into Al-Falasi's operation came from diverse backgrounds, but shared a common motivator: financial need. Tara Hanlon, for example, had been furloughed during the pandemic and accrued significant debt. She was lured by the promise of quick and substantial earnings. When her luggage was flagged by cash detection dogs, officers found vacuum-packed bundles of banknotes totaling £1.9 million. Subsequent investigations revealed she had transported £3.5 million on previous trips. Hanlon referred to the job as a perfect life, enjoying brief holidays in Dubai while earning more than she ever had before. Michelle Clark, who played a pivotal role in recruiting couriers, leveraged her connections within social circles to find willing participants. Her texts with Al-Falasi showed her active involvement in coordinating the logistics of each trip. Clark's professional demeanor and network of contacts allowed her to present the operation as legitimate to unsuspecting recruits. However, her role in the scheme has left her under ongoing investigation, with allegations of money laundering still looming. Jo Emma Larvin, perhaps the most high-profile courier due to her celebrity status, found herself drawn into the scheme after a meeting with Clark. Larvin, who once graced magazine covers as a model, was promised luxury accommodations and substantial compensation for her involvement. Her initial hesitation gave way to participation, leading her to make several trips, transporting millions in cash. The scale and sophistication of Al-Falasi's network was staggering. To avoid detection, he relied on detailed planning and strict operational protocols. Couriers were instructed to travel in pairs, check in a specified number of suitcases, and adhere to scripted responses if questioned by authorities. Each courier's trip was meticulously planned, from ticket purchases to cash pickups, ensuring minimal risk. Al-Falasi's connections in Dubai provided a seamless endpoint for the operation. Once the cash arrived, it was swiftly converted into gold or other currencies through local banks and money exchanges. The cash transported by his couriers originated from illicit activities, including drug trafficking, and it is suspected that one of the main beneficiaries in Dubai might have been Kinahan cartel members. The scale of this laundering operation may well explain how the Kinahan cartel has managed to maintain lavish lifestyles in Dubai while being globally sanctioned and cut off from legitimate financial sources. Of course, Kinahan involvement in this is still speculation, but if it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck. Thank you for joining us today on Crime Chronicles. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the channel with your friends.